Welcome to the Kingsplaining Podcast Roundtable. We are the two kings of the Rube Empire, right-wing extremists extraordinaire, supernaturalists by nature, and downright Christian bigots. I'm the Philosopher King, the Ivory Tower, 51% of the power, and I've got a perspective on things.
The state of Ohio, the great state of Ohio, is still undefeated for this story and this story alone. I'm the strong one, the people's champ, the people's choice, and I got to tell you this story. I don't know all the details, but man, I want to know what the Philosopher King's perspective on this, because this is a wild story. All right, let me tell you a fun story, Whaley. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Remember Afro Man from back in the day?
That is a familiar name. I wasn't into his music or anything, but...
Yeah, so he was the guy that sang, "Because I Got High, Because I Got High."
Okay,
So
yeah.
Millions of dollars off of one song. He was a one-hit wonder. And like most successful black men, they magically buy property somewhere in Ohio and disappear. Okay? Just like Dave Chappelle did. Dave Chappelle disappeared to Yellow Springs, Ohio. Afro Man disappears to Adams County, Ohio, which is basically Southwest Ohio. It's like in the middle of it's country. It's country where it's close to where I grew up. Okay? So in 2020, Afro Man has a decent sized house in the middle of the country, because you can buy cheap stuff in Ohio. That's the only, positive of living in Ohio, is because no one wants to live there. Real estate's relatively affordable. Land's relatively affordable because, we do the gay thing of we keep letting our farmland be bought out by mega corporations instead of them being farmed by people. So that extra farmland, people buy property on it, all that stuff like that. So a false claim is levied against Afro Man from Adams County Sheriff's Department, and they raid his home looking for drugs because he's Afro Man. Because I got high, right? They don't find any drugs. They don't find anything. There's nothing in his house that's illegal, like nothing. Now, what's interesting about this story is Afro Man is a little bit of a conspiracy theorist like us. He doesn't trust police. He doesn't really trust police officers. Like, I respect police officers. I just don't worship you. And I don't trust you. Because guess what? You are the enforcement wing of the pedophiles that rule our country right now. So Afro Man doesn't trust the police. In fact, he's got CC cameras all over the outside of his house and inside of his house. So Adams County Sheriff, they break into his house under a false allegation that he's got drugs. They kick in his door. They break his garage door. In fact, they get inside of his house, realize that there's cameras everywhere, and they start cutting the feed of his house. In fact, they confiscate weapons and money from him. They take his property, and they hold it from him for the last 4 years. So he hasn't had access to the money that they took from him, and the I believe it's weapons that he had as well that he legally can have in the great state of Ohio. So he takes the CC video footage and starts making songs about all of the sheriff's deputies that were part of the raid, making fun of all of them, roasting them. And if you haven't seen the videos, they are absolutely hilarious. Wow. Absolutely hilarious. And it has been the most entertaining thing. But what's interesting is because of these videos he's made, I'm jumping ahead, but he goes to the courthouse to get his stuff back because they illegally broke into his house with no actual reason to hold his property. So he has a bunch of his fans, camera crew, and media there to make sure that he gets his money without getting killed. And in his own words, I wasn't going to go there and get Epstein. I want to make sure that I get my stuff back. Fantastic line, because it's absolutely true. You can't trust the police. You just can't do it. You cannot do it. So he gets sued by Adams County for defamation because he's gone after every single one of these people. In fact, he went after a female officer who led this charge. He made fun of her absolutely amazingly, fantastically. You should check out the video. He makes fun of another guy and claims that he did it with his ex-wife and all this stuff like that. He's not being a good Christian about it. Let's just say that. But if you came in my home for no reason, did damage to my home, cut my CCTV feed, and stole my money,
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to, and he literally said it in his lawsuit, I'm going to use my freedom of speech to kick the can towards you guys because this is ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous this happened to me, right? And so the Adams County sues him for defamation, and he ends up winning the lawsuit because guess what? He was in the right. There's nothing legally he can't say. Everything that he said in the videos were true. Everything that he was cutting was from his CC video footage, and it made them look like jackasses because they are jackasses. They went there to try to stop Afro Man. And guess what? Afro Man beat him in court with reality, with truth. Best part is he dressed up with all American flag suit. He American flagged his nails. He's looking crazy and stuff like that. And the one of the questions they asked him on the stand was, "Why did you have media?" And because basically the cops were their feelings were hurt because now their names are everywhere and their kids are realizing, oh, mommy and daddy are scumbags.
Yeah, they're losers.
Oh, my parents are actually like not the good guy at all.
Nope.
And Afro Man's roasting them. And they asked him, well, why did you go to the courthouse with media and fans and stuff? He's like, well, because I didn't want you to Epstein me. Because guess what? You already broke into my house, stole my money, stole my property, and destroyed my.
Is there anything you won't do?
Yeah, exactly. So kudos to Afro Man because he is he's a little bit of my spirit animal right now. Because at the end of the day, like respectfully,
You
you
remember the Anheuser-Busch commercials? Real American heroes.
100%. Afro Man's an American hero.
Afro Man. An American hero.
100%. Like, what's funny to me is if you told this story to our founding fathers, they would crack open a Sam Adams and share it with Afro Man. They would be on Afro Man's side. Like, brother, that's the stuff that we were fighting with these stupid Brits when they were trying to tax us without representation, put their boot on us. This is the spirit of America.
Amen.
And I hate to break it to people, like
we need more of it.
Yeah,
we need a lot more of that.
Yeah, because the thing is this: if you don't get it now, like your country is run by pedophiles, and power flows downstream. It goes from the top down. If the top of the funnel are a bunch of pedophiles, protected by a bunch of pedophile protectors, they're putting people under them that protect pedophilia. Now, respectfully to Ron DeSantis, we're probably one of the best states on it. We're actually like busting up sex rings and saving kids and all this stuff like that. So awesome. But that's not the story 100% of the time everywhere.
No.
Like your knee jerk, if you're an actual American, which I'd hope to be just a seceded Floridian in my lifetime, that'd be an amazing thing. But respectfully, why should I trust you? Like, when they come to persecute Christians, who do you think they're going to send? They're going to send the police because they're just doing their job, guys. And these sheriff's department people, the whole time during this entire defamation lawsuit, we were just doing our job. You broke into a guy's house without probable cause, damaged his stuff, and of course he's going to win the lawsuit because by law, you can't do that. I think it's a Fourth Amendment violation. You can't do that. And they did that. And he can use his First Amendment right to roast you in front of everybody. And the best part of this whole story is we have the internet and all the videos are online and you can see their stupidity online. So to your point, Whaley, Afro Man, 2 claps and a real American hero. Boom. I mean, but that's the most positive American story that is happening right now. Because we can't arrest pedophiles, we can't stop foreign wars, we can't say no to the Israeli lobby and Benjamin Netanyahu, but at least we can still push back on small-time sheriffs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. But to be honest, we just need to do what Afro Man did on a larger scale.
Yeah.
We need to humiliate these clowns in Washington. And they deserve to be humiliated.
So are you saying Thomas Massey for 2028? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, man. If that wouldn't get him killed, I'd be like, yes, 100%.
I mean, they already killed his wife, so they killed his ex-wife. They killed his first wife.
Yeah.
Mysterious car crash because he wouldn't fall in line for the all the propaganda from the APAC lobby. So,
I mean, we don't know that for sure, but I can't help but think it.
I mean, they killed JFK, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They killed JFK.
1000%. I mean, nothing is beyond them. Nothing.
So, hey, I say all that to say we need that at the national level with you, man. I'm with you, Ailey. I'm with you, Afro Man. I'm with all these dissident black guys that just disappeared to Ohio to get away from everybody. You know, Dave Chappelle as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if it all crashes down, I might run to Ohio too. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I like the swamp. You know, I want to think of myself as a Seminole, unconquered. You know what I mean? So come to the swampland, conquer us, man. You know,
Nice.
throw it out there.
On that note, this has been another King's Explaining Roundtable. And King's Explaining is the home of the Rube Empire, where the people are free, the taxes are voluntary. And your two kings serve the King of Kings, Christ Jesus. Peace out. God bless. See you next week. Like, share, subscribe. Throw us some cash. God bless.
I'll go to court, but then I got high. Sorry, I just see that in there.